What's up, YouTube? Have you ever wondered what it looks like to see a small YouTuber's studio? Well, that's what we're here to talk about today. So we're going to head upstairs. We're going to check out the studio. Now, one thing to note is that today I am filming on the Osmo Pocket because I want to show you my studio setup. So I'm not using my regular camera, the A7 III, but I'm going to show that to you here in a second. And we'll be going all over all of my gear, probably in a video next week. So make sure you stay tuned for that. On this video, I'm just going to show you around the studio space. And the challenge for you this video is to count the number of Volkswagen vans that you see. So make sure that you're counting the number of Volkswagen vans that you see. And the first person to comment the right number below is going to win a free course from me. So they'll get a free course of their choice from all my Skillshare design courses. So you'll want to go ahead and check those out in the description below. And if you get the answer right, you'll be able to get a free course from me. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at this studio. So the first thing that we have here is actually a bunch of kind of junk that's just stored here. Extra lamp, extra fan because it does get really hot up here, especially when I'm using the lights. An extra chair behind the door. This is a small little spare bedroom space, so there's not too much to see. Here's our scratch map of the world. We love to travel. We do run the Yellow Van Travels blog and podcast, so we love to do that. So we've got that, and over here is some of my favorite artwork. This is from Nick Kuchar in Hawaii. I absolutely love Hawaii. This is one of his favorite prints of mine, so we got that when we were there the first time. I've got this couch here. This doesn't really have anything to do with production, but this is where I do my daily devotional study in the morning and where I just kind of keep random stuff like a tripod bag. This is my extension arm for the tripod, so anytime I do an overhead shot, I'm using that. And I've got this window here, which can provide a lot of natural light, which can be super helpful. I also use this light here, and I have two softbox lights, but I pretty much only use one of them most of the time because I can either use the window as kind of a fill light, or I just like kind of the one key light look. It also makes it so it doesn't take up so much space in this really tight space. Right here is the A7 III, which is my new camera that I've been using for just a few weeks now. I had been using an A6000 before that, but this is the A7 III, just with the stock lens. And then up here, I've got a little, I think this is an Ulanzi mirror that lets me see the screen. So when I flip the screen up like this back here, then I can see that when I'm in front of it. I just got this microphone. This is a Deity 4D, I think, Duo. And I really like that this mic has a mic on the front and the back. That way, if I ever want to record from behind, I'll be able to do that just fine. All right, let's move on over here. Let's look at what's in the entrance. We have the scratch-off map of America that shows all the states that we've been to. Scratch-off for the national parks. Still need to scratch off where we've been. And then my Lego cars. So I've got a Lego van and a little Lego car pulling a camper because we do love to travel. And then the vans that you always see behind me, I've just got a couple of these puck lights back here that do the lighting, and then a couple more up there that do kind of the background lighting for me. Got some books on the bookshelf, and then of course the van wall hanging that you see in all of my videos. I've got two stools here. I'm normally sitting on a stool when I'm filming, and then lots of times I use the other stool to hold my iPad, which kind of acts as a teleprompter and notes for me when I'm filming. Now you might be wondering, why do you have a car mat on your floor? And if you're wondering that, then you probably don't know that I have two daughters, and sometimes when I'm working in here, not when I'm recording, but when I'm working in here, they need to be able to be in here with me. So the car mat is for them. They keep some of their toys and stuff underneath the couch actually, and of course they have the vans which come out and play on the floor here. Okay, moving on over to the desk, you can see that this space is kind of small, so I normally don't have the lights up when I'm working on the desk. But here we have the yellow iMac. This is the M1 iMac that I've done some videos about. I absolutely love it. I really love editing on it. We use it all the time. Here is the keyboard and the mouse and my awesome mouse pad. And then I've just got something over here just to hold some office supplies. And of course, got a whiteboard for doing all kind of ideation and stuff. Some posters on the wall, different pictures. Got a little series of travel posters here. These are not the ones that I've done, but there are some of my favorites from other people. And then I just have some storage over here. It's pretty messy, but you can see you got a microphone and some old computers and iPads and stuff are just here. And then these drawers are where I store my stuff. So you can see this is my camera drawer. I just keep cameras and different things in there. And here's kind of my other camera equipment drawer. So there's the drone and just some other pieces of random equipment that I have. And right here, I've got like tripods and mounts and things. And then this stuff's not very interesting over here, just some travel-based materials where we keep a lot of our materials that we pick up while we're traveling. And then there is some cords and hard drives and different things there. And then just some extra screen protectors. And of course, lots of sticky notes because I use tons and tons of sticky notes. We do have a printer over here. That doesn't really have anything to do with production, but it is how I print out, you know, posters and cards and things like that, and a lot of pictures that we hang up around the house. So this is just an HP something or other. It uses their subscription ink service, which is not my favorite, but does make sure that we can always keep printing. Let me move this light here out of the way. This chair is nothing special, but it really works fine. It's pretty comfortable to sit in. When I was working from home, I sat in this chair all day long, and that worked fine. That was what I had. No problems with it at all. It's just something we picked up secondhand for really cheap, and it works fine. It's not any kind of fancy rig there. And then this is a standing desk. Let me go ahead and put it up here. I stand part of the time, sit part of the time, and then I just have a little rug down here that I put down when I'm standing just to kind of keep my feet comfortable. But this standing desk, it was just whatever was on Amazon. I don't remember the name of it. I'll be doing a gear video later, and I'll try and remember to mention what that one is or put a link to it in the description. But having a standing desk is just nice and versatile, makes it easy to be able to stand sometimes, sit sometimes, and just be more comfortable that way. And that's the basics of it. The only other thing here in the studio is this closet that we have. And just store some extra stuff there. Pull-up bar. These are just some pieces of foam board that I use either as reflectors or if I'm doing like a top-down video, I'll kind of use them as an extra desktop there. Van bag. So that's the basics of it. Just some extra junk in there, not too much. I'm very lucky to be able to have this spare room where I'm able to do my recordings and everything, but you know, any space that you have is good for YouTube. Just figure out what the sound is like, what the light is like, and get set up and start actually going. I think that's the most important thing, is just start going. You don't need a dedicated space, although that's nice to have. This space serves a lot of multiple functions for us, but it is the YouTube studio that I use every week to film these YouTube videos. So just go ahead and get started with whatever you need to do as you are trying to make your videos. Okay, make sure that you count up the number of Volkswagen vans that you see in this video and drop down in the comments, tell me how many. Also, let me know any questions that you have about my setup here or any of the gear that I have. I will be doing a gear video next, so I'll try and answer any questions that you have in that video. All right, we'll chat in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.